Perfect. Perfect.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to be covering two very efficient ways to stop the run. Actually, I'm going to be covering one of my favorite ways, and then Eric Rayweather. I know a lot of y'all probably already know about him. He's pushing 200,000 subscribers. I gave him a tip to stop the run. Actually, Smart Madden shared it with his VIP section last year. It's still working very efficiently for me this year, so he's going to be sharing that in the next couple of days. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, he does a great job covering all aspects of Madden, not just money plays, all year round. It's actually impressive, the consistent content that he puts out all year round. So if you haven't subscribed to Eric Rayweather, go check him out. I'll put the link in my description. But today I'm going to give you not only another one of my favorite ways to stop the run, but I'm also going to give you a little money play. So it'll be both sides of the ball today that I found out of the Cleveland's playbook, but it's out of the strong formation. Strong formation you could pound the run out of, so it's nice to have a little money play that beats both man and zone defense. So we'll be covering that after I show you my run stop tip. So let's dive into it, boys. This year and last year, really, I find the formation's not as important as the pre-snap setup, the manual adjustment of the position of your defense. So, and I'll show you what I mean here. But today I'm giving you the 4-4. Doesn't make a huge difference which coverage you go into, which is nice because you can mix it up to start defending the pass. But it's more about the setup. So we'll just go to the cover one here. We'll run it against a random run. First thing I like to do is base the line, spread my linebackers. If this linebacker comes down, you definitely want to move him back up. You don't want him down at the line of scrimmage. He'll get stuck. Won't do a great job of stopping the run. Next thing I like to do is get these linebackers outside. Especially, I'm glad it came out in a bunch this time, especially against a bunch like this. You really want to get him outside so you can seal the edge. And if it was like this, I would actually even bring this guy down a little bit. Just so you really spread out. Basically, I'm trying to create a nice symmetrical formation with a nice spread to it. And something like this, I would probably even shift my line to the right. But the more you run this setup, the more you pay attention to where these guys are before the snap of the ball, the better you get at it, really. So, and then do pay attention to run fits. Pulling up your run fits are a little bit different this year. You have to hit the left trigger first, then the right trigger, and then the square or the X button on Xbox. So you can't hit both triggers at the same time and then hit square for some reason. It's just left trigger, right trigger, square. Pay attention to your run fits. In my opinion, you want to create the shortest route possible to those run fits. Give the running back less time basically to find a hole. So you see how I just moved them over to create more of a shorter distance to travel towards their gap. But I didn't get it set all the way up there, but it still did a great job of stopping the run. So let's run through it one more time. Base the line, spread the linebackers, bring this guy back, shift your defensive line accordingly. And then the next thing I like to do besides the run fit tip is bring this safety down a few steps and then user him. And you're going to shoot the gap with this safety or run to the outside if it's a sweep. So right there it's a sweep. I get outside. I came in a little early. I should have kept going out. That was a user error. But I was in position, unblocked to make the tackle. So you see it is a great formation to slow this run down. We'll show it one more time and then we'll dive into the offensive money play in today's video. Baseline, spread the linebackers. Get these linebackers, the outside linebackers outside. Get your inside linebackers closer to their run fits. You can shift the line accordingly and then user this safety. Kind of bring them right in between the two linebackers and get ready to shoot the hole or go outside and seal it. I have 4 tacklers in their position. He broke a couple, but we're in position to make the play. Base the line, shift your linebackers. This is one of the best ways and the most success I'm having right now stopping these stretches and these tosses is the 4-4. Get everybody in position. It's all about the position pre-snap of your players, really. And I was there again to make the tackle and I missed it, but you get the idea. You're going to have to make a user tackle, but you also will have some computer help. So one more time, baseline, spread your linebackers, get these guys outside. And something like this, you can even spread your line And you see in the beginning of this video, I spread the line at the perfect time, and that creates a nice wide open gap sometimes for you to really shoot the gap if you spread them at the right time. And I'm just completely whiffing because I suck at Madden, but if you got some good stick skill, you can come in and make a big hit with your safety. Alright boys, use that. I promise you it will help your run defense, especially if you're struggling stopping the stretches and the tosses. Next up, let's go to the offensive side of the ball. This is out of the strong pro formation Cleveland Browns playbook, but it's also in Dolphins, Falcons, Lions, and Patriots. Dolphins, Falcons, Lions, Patriots, and the Browns. So strong pro, very good formation, gives you a lot of blocking. I love runs like the Z close halfback zone. There's a toss in here with the motion that you can mix in with other motion passing plays. But the play I'm going to give you right now is the Z close PA cross. I love Circle's route on this play. So Circle's on one of these really unique crossing routes, low crossing routes that does a great job of beating man defense, and then it gets to a perfect part of the field that drops in on a lot of zones, especially with Beckham's route. He's on a double move. He breaks so late in his route. You're going to beat a lot of different zones with this setup. And I have multiple setups for you. We're running against random defense here. If you run into an opponent that's running a lot of man blitzes, it's a good idea to leave X's route. I love the high-low X and circle create together. If you really want to beat some zone defense, I like to curl route them. I like to block the running back, and I like to wheel route R1. This is probably my favorite setup, and you'll see here why. He got an instant shed on that outside, but Circle was going to come open late up top. And that's another point. You can even block X, block triangle, and put R1 on a curl. This is your max protect look if you're having trouble getting time, and Circle will still come open late. I love how he drops behind it. That linebacker never picks him up. It kind of sucks on defense that linebacker doesn't cover anybody. But it's just a part of this year's game. The linebackers are not really a threat in zone coverage at all. And what I ended up doing for y'all, I created like a 4 to 5 play mini scheme out of this formation, and I'll show gameplay footage here shortly of it working in game against a live opponent in an online ranked match. Z's PA cross, I gave you the first setup. Let me show you my second favorite setup. So my second favorite setup out of here is a really good setup is putting X on an in route, and that really creates nice separation between X and Circle. Also block your running back and wheel route R1. Now watch Circle's route, how deadly it is. So X is going to drag down the middle linebacker, and as soon as Circle breaks, you'll be able to hit him in between the zones. But even when it's man, when he breaks, if you lead pass it down and inside, it's really hard to guard. I'm not going to say unguardable, but it's really hard to stop. He just has such a nice break inside, so you'll really enjoy this route. So that's my second setup. My third setup out of this formation is to streak triangle, and you'll see a clip of this working in game. Block your R1 running back, and you can leave it just like this with dual drags, or you can still hitch X, streak X, so many different things you can do here. I would probably just leave it on the dual because that's your underneath threat now, and leave triangle on the streak. And look how wide open X gets. Just so many different things you can do with this play. Let's move on to the next one. Alright boys, so I won't touch too much on the runs, but this duo alert looky, great RPO pass to run the ball out of and then start hitting slant when he starts cheating you on the run. Another great play is this PA sprint. I don't have to show it to you. I know this video is going longer already than expected, but that left route, same concept. It's a real low angle, and it does a really good job of beating man end zone defense. So mix that in. Just block your running back. You don't want to carry out that play action. The next play I want to show you though is this goes play, and this is a really good play, especially if you put a running back in at the fullback position. What I like to leave the R1 route as is. I like to block triangle. I like to streak X, and I like to throw Landry on a slant. The high-low that R1 and circle creates is really nice. And then you have two streaks attacking deep. And if he doesn't get open like right away on the slant, he'll get open later in the play. Great play to mix in. I'll show you a clip of that working. And then let's just dive into the last play out of this formation. We're going to attack the opposite side of the field. because once he starts cheating for all those routes between the slant I just showed you and the first play I showed you with circle going deep left, you're going to really start causing headaches when you start attacking him to the other side of the field with both the F trail play and this close PA sail. Close PA sail I don't have to show you, not a whole lot of setups, just slant, square, and block your running back, and that starts attacking the right side of the field with your tight end's post route. But this F trail play is a little bit of a tricky set, not a tricky setup, but more of a trick setup that I do want to show you. So block your running back, streak circle, and then we're going to motion circle to the left. And there's a bunch of different plays here where circle does motion on his own, including a sweep route. So mix in that auto motion sweep run play, and then mix it in with this F trail play, motion circle to the left on a streak route, and you're going to have a great underneath from R1. And you'll also be able to hit Beckham for a one-play touchdown a lot of times to the deep right if you could just buy yourself some time. Let me show it one more time. Block your running back. This is the F trail play, streak circle, and then motion Landry to the left. Motion snap him right when he gets outside. Buy yourself a little bit of time, step up in the pocket, and take a sack. No. He's rushing, so I would probably audible out of this if I'm looking at a formation like this, but I'm just trying, or I would just run it right here. But I'm just trying to show you that square does get wide open over the top. And you have R1 underneath as well. So if you're feeling pressure, just hit R1 quickly. I love that angle route. I know I'm wasting your time now, but square will get open over the top. Hopefully we can show it once here. Streak circle, motion to the left, motion snap it. Take R1 if you got it quickly. I just made a great click on and catch because I was feeling pressure, but you saw Beckham getting up to that top right side of the field, and he will go for a one-play touchdown. I appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Enjoy the rest of your Madden season and check out the rest of this video. It's going to be showing gameplay of this scheme working. I ran nothing but this scheme against an opponent online, and I ended up winning the game by like 3 touchdowns.
Perfect.